became a prey in his game. So that took me to crack me open in order for me to know that I was too far away from me. I was allowing everybody else to make decisions for me.
And so, because you were born with the gifts that you have,
Mm-hmm.
you were, that's why you were receiving these
Yeah, the
signs.
signs, they were there. I will have dreams about it. Like even my sister, she has similar ways. She will come and say, "Oh my gosh, you know, I received a message last night," and she would say it, and then I would say, "Oh my God, I received the same." Then my mom will come and tell me, and then I say, "Okay, there's nothing I can do. I'm just gonna allow this to play the way it's supposed to play," and I
So
surrendered
you
to it.
surrender.
I surrendered to it, but
So
I
the
was,
cracking is surrendering,
yes,
and then that opens you enough to
to so
be in alignment.
an alignment in a way, in alignment. When I say an alignment is when you surrender, is that you understand that you're not the doer.
Okay.
You get it? You understand that there is something way bigger than this physical body that governs you, and you can connect to it. You surrender to that. And you surrender that that higher being is connected to the source, the creator, the almighty. You want to call it God, okay? So that's what you're surrendering to. And when you do that, you know, you accept everything that happened to you, all of it. It's going to take time for you to move from a victim to a victor, you know, where you guys are going to see it as the lesson instead of a punishment. That is a lesson to create you. You know, what's inside of you? Have you seen it? You know, have you seen her? Yes, you want to see her. She's beautiful. You know, who is this body, Victoria? But really, what is Victoria? Who is inside of her? You know, have she shown up? You know, have you planted your seeds for the next generations? What is that? You know, how are you showing up every day? That's what it's calling for you to do. You don't have to wait to retire to help others. You don't have to wait to make more money to help somebody with a meal. You see, so we are always like, oh, we're going to be this. You already are. You already are. You know you are. So don't wait to be anything. You already are. So at this moment, take this time for yourself. Enjoy it. When you heal, they start healing. It just creates a spiral. Oh my God, Caleb, he looks so different. Oh my God. And then they become curious to know, what did you do? How come you're different? Your energy, I like it. Oh, you seen her? Oh yeah, she's a completely different person. Then they become curious. So that's how you help the people around you. Don't try to change them. It's just going to break the relationship further and you're going to get hurt because you're trying to be God at that moment. They have their God and it's not you. They get governed by some divine that it's not your job to do it. Your job is to take care of you. So the best way to help the world is to start with you. What was that? Michael Jackson? The man in the middle? He wasn't kidding about that. It's you. You do with you. And then all of it works so perfectly. Even with your children. My mother, oh my God, so different. Before you guys came, I was going in and thinking about what I want to do for my mother. You know, like I really would like, she loves gardening and chickens. So I want to get her a place where she can have a small a garden and like 2, 3 chickens because she likes that. She doesn't ask for much. She just wants garden and chicken. So I'm like, oh, I want to get that for her. You know, I want to tell her how much I love her and thank you for being my mom, you know, in her own ways, you know, the way she is. I've learned that accepting myself, I accept her because who am I to judge her? She's loud. That's how she likes to be. It's like her, be loud. You don't like it, go somewhere else. Mom, I see you later. Keep going, girl. You know, but don't try to force yourself onto others. It's not your job. So let's see. Any question on that one? On the parent? What this is asking of you? No? It's asking for you to work on yourself. You are the one that chose to be the first one in the family, so go for it. Go for it. I'm telling you. They're like, no, we don't want you coming. We have a deal. You're going to stay over there until you heal so that you can bring that over here. Because we need it too. That's how it is. This one, I love it. So this one said, I need to let go of guilt, shame, and uncertainty about a past event. The clue here is past. Okay? Past. Past. You're not who you were in the past. So it's the past. What did you learn from that event? What is it? What is it? Guilt immediately. Guilt and shame, I already know. Okay, guilt and shame, that has to do with some fundamental values you broke, right? Right, close? You broke some fundamental values and now you feel guilty. But really, take that thing out of the way. No such thing as fundamental values. What is it that you are learning from this experience in the first place? You know, um, this one I would love to get more information because I want to dig deep into this one to show you like how this thing can even, like, if it's not dealt with, guilt and shame, oh my God, this creates diseases. Your body starts getting sick with guilt and shame. You know, that's how powerful that is. Guilt and shame is powerful and it can destroy you from the inside out. So the only reason why you're feeling guilty is because you're judging yourself based on what others are telling you. Why was that experience about in the first place? You know, what took you to do that or go through that event? Who was there? Who was there? Let me see if I find one of mine when it comes to guilt and shame. Ah, this is a good one. This is a very good one because this can happen to a lot of people. So, when I was 18, yeah, 18, I I thought I was in love. You know that love they teach you? Love with another, the hottie on the other side. So I thought I was in love with this guy, and I surrendered my body to this man. I was in love, you know, and it happened to be that I got pregnant during this surrendering. And I was 18. It was my last semester in high school. And in my family, I always heard them gossiping about other girls that went through this. You see? I heard them talking of those girls that went through this, and they will say very nasty things about these girls. Like slut, right? Oh, us. You see what happens? So now I'm going through this experience, not because I am that, which they call those girls, but because I genuinely wanted to be him. At that moment, I thought this is the guy I'm going to be with for the rest of my life. You know what I mean? So how is it at that moment in my life, somehow now it's going to control my entire experience here in the human experience? Why not talk about it? Why not find out what is it that I was really looking for when I decided to make that decision? Was I looking for approval somewhere that was not given at home? Was I looking to feel love by someone because somehow I wasn't receiving it from anywhere? You see? Mm-hmm. Now we start urging for someone else to give it to us. a boyfriend, a husband, you know? And that's what probably took me there. I wanted to feel that, whatever it is that everybody talks about, this love. Well, that love got me pregnant. And now I was pregnant at a young age of 18, 19, giving birth at 19. And I developed a sense of guilt and shame, not only because of that, getting pregnant at a younger age. Now I was feeling guilty because now what am I going to do? I have plans for college and I can't do it that way. And then another guilt of, oh my God, this child, is he going to love me as a mom? You see how that thing was just flapping back and forth? I mean, it was slapping me. I was getting slapped all on my own, by myself. Nobody else needed to do the job. I did it myself. So in order to let go of that one, I surrendered to the fact that I did it with the best of my knowledge, what I had then, what I knew then. And that now when I see her, I have compassion for her instead of feeling guilty and ashamed of her. I look at her and I'm like, oh, wow, I was young. What a beautiful thing to be young. And I laugh with it. And then that moment when she was crying by herself in the room because she didn't want to show it to the world what she was feeling, I grabbed her and I said, oh my God, you're so wonderful and so strong. You bear such pain by yourself. So I gave myself that love and compassion that young myself was looking for. And I let go of guilt and shame because that's all I knew back then. In the same way that I would not judge my children, I would not judge myself. Do you see? So feeling guilty and shame, it's all you. Let it go, surrender to it. That's all you knew then, you know? And then find out what it is that experience came to teach you. For me, it taught me that I was looking for love and all this affection and acceptance from someone else when the journey was for me to give it to myself, for me to understand that I already have what I'm looking for. The thing is that I'm looking for it outside and it's within me. So you turn in again, inward. You have the answer. It's all within you. So guilt, you can write that down and burn it. Dance it away. If you want to come and dance with me on Friday nights, I'm over here. I dance all of my things away here for an hour and a half. Oh, so yeah, so find ways that you can let go of that one. And I'm telling you, surrender to it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's not going to take you anywhere. And it's not, just take the lesson, learn from it, don't repeat it. Because if you repeat it, it's going to keep on happening. It's going to be brought back to you so that you can, again, try again. It's kind of like that game, game over, and then you try it again, try it again. So it's going to give you the opportunity to try again. So just learn it the first time so you don't have to go through it again. We just walked away and we went through a hard time financially. Horrible, 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 horrible. It was so horrible. That's when I went into the depression, and that's when I started going on my journey, and thank God I did. So fast forward, I think it was, oh my God, it was so dark. It was so dark. It was like 2 weeks at home. I never done that before, where I would stay in one place and not move. And every time I moved, it was like I was dead. I never felt something like that before. As a teenager, your hormones go up and down here and there, but not like that. It was so dark. And then when I would step out of the room, he's in the same mode. Something came behind my back and said, girl, you better wake the hell up. This guy's doing worse than you. You need to be the one to lead this. So then I was like, okay, enough, Anna. And I literally picked myself up. That's when I started training for the half marathon. I did the yoga, I did the TM, and I said, I'm liking this. And then I said, I'm just going to go one day at a time. I'm going to go one day at a time. I don't know what's coming for me, but I'm going to go one day at a time. And it was hard. What came was hard, but I was able to go through it with this, knowing this. So then the second time came. So that guy came to find us through another person. So he wasn't done with us. I don't know what, it's something karmic there. You see the karma there? He came right back. After we did all that, we went through healing. Now we have 2 years in healing, or about, yeah, 2 years in healing. And he comes through someone else.
Experience.
Well, this is the thing. The darkness you have, well, I had to, and all of us have to, And that was my journey with these people, with them. We surrendered to it. We went through a journey of depression, almost drank the bottle of pill, but something said, no, you have 3 children. What are you doing? Come on, come on, come on. My children were a huge component of me sitting here today, because all I can think of is, if I'm not here, who's going to take care of my kids? And I could not find anyone around me strong enough to be with my children in the journey. And I said, there's no way I was going to do that to them. So I said, okay, so then I need to work on me. And that's why I step into spirituality and looking for those other healing modalities. I started using sitting down with my plant medicine. Ayahuasca was my first one, and I will always hold that gratefulness to that plant, that the ancestors and the indigenous people in South America are with this plant guarding it, because it's the plant that brought me back home. It opened this whole world for me to understand who I was. That nothing out here, it's me. That we can create all of this, but it's not who we are. That we're not to attach ourselves, but we are to enjoy it. Even other people. So even with your husband, with your wife, they're not yours. Enjoy what is there. Don't get attached to this thing, to each other. No, enjoy what is there. It's here, enjoy it. The day you don't feel it, you say, hey, be honest with the other person. Say, hey, I'm not feeling this anymore. How are you feeling? How's your energy? Instead of my husband, and now if that man happened to feel something for another woman, now there's a problem. you know? And he doesn't have the freedom in this society to say, hey, darling, I don't know. I feel this thing for this woman, and I don't know what to do with it. Instead, he wants to explore it, become very curious about it, and goes ahead and cheat, not only on himself, but on the women that he surely loves, because at one point there was something there. You see? So all of that mess gets created because of these rules, all these things that don't matter. Humans don't belong to you. You can enjoy them, but you need the other person's approval. You cannot force them. You gotta love me. You're my husband. No, I mean, the guy, that's it. It's done. Let's move on. So, going through that journey with that cracking open, that was my crack. That was my huge crack. And it came from somebody very powerful, very powerful. He makes sure that he stepped on me over and over, My question is, that women to have such hate towards me. Wow. I feel compassion for her, because now I understand that it was not me who she hated. It's the aspect of herself that was never approved. It was never accepted by her own mother. And now she sees that light in me, and she doesn't like it. But I took it personal back then. But now I don't. You see? So those moments, they do crack you open. If you pay attention to what it is that it wants you to learn from it. What is it asking for you to become? So, and if you don't learn it the first time, it will come right back. And I'm like, how come you brought me back here? What it is for me to learn? Is it because this is where I belong? That although I was running away from it, this is where I belong? Right there, I received the information. Here comes, they come again. And they say, something doesn't add up. I say, shoot, she's here again with that information. Yannick, something doesn't add up. Why is this man so good with us? A man of his status that is together with the man that did that to us before. And I remember I told him, I was like, there's an African proverb that says, when a naked man offers you his shirt, you should question it. And I said that to him. So you see how God put us right back? The same thing happened. I listened to him. And this time, it was different. He said, what do you think? I said, there's so much more to learn from this man. I don't want to judge him because I didn't want to judge him based on my previous experience, right? I'm like, who am I to judge him? Maybe he is a good man. Perhaps he is. Perhaps not all of them are the same. Just because he has money doesn't mean he's a bad man. So that's how I took it the second time, right? But I forgot that I received a call that said that something doesn't add up. But at that moment, I thought I was going to judge him. So I went along with it. Same thing was happening all over again. This time was different because I was receiving downloads as the time was going, and they will guide me on the next step. So they just said to me, I remember. So then that's why it turned out to be different because they said to me, you were giving a second opportunity, and you decided not to judge him. We cannot punish you for that. I was like, of course you cannot, because I created it. So why did I created it? Why did I chose to go back in there again? What was it that I was really looking for? So I sat with myself, and it came to be that what I was looking for, I was looking to sit down with him. I was looking to tell him that I forgave him for everything that he did, that I understood why he did it, and that a man of his world that have been raised under those conditions can only respond in the way that he responded with me. That of course that he didn't understand me because we spoke different languages. He's never met a woman like me. Someone that can be so honest with him when everyone else was pampering him and agreeing with him because of his money. I was telling him the truth. As painful as it was, I was telling him the truth. I never lied to him. And I wanted to tell him that yes, business can be done with honest people, and that there are still honest people in this world. And even if I don't sign a piece of paper, I will still keep my word. So I came to his life to teach him that, but he didn't get it. He didn't get his lesson. So I wanted to give it to him. I wanted for him to learn the lesson because I understood how valuable that lesson is for this man. So I wrote him a letter about it. Got us into financial problems again. Here we go again. Another cycle, right? Another pattern. So I was looking at it to find out what was that. And I sent him that letter telling him that I forgive him. He knows what he did to me more than I know. Because if I only know those things that he was doing, imagine the other things that he was doing behind my back, and God was protecting me. You see, they never leave you. They're always there. Even when you think you are alone, you're not alone. They're there. It's just that at that time, you decided that you wanted to figure it out on your own. So when you decide to figure it out on your own, they're not going to come to intervene. They're going to be there in case something gets out of hand. They come through to help you. Always people around you that will come. They just happen to be there to help you. That's how it shows up. So don't be like that guy in that story that was somehow stranded in the ocean in a small little boat, and he was calling for God, and God was sending all this help, but he wanted God. Like, seriously, you think I don't have other things to do than to take care of only one of you? I have the entire kingdom to take care of. I send other people to help you. You know what I mean? So don't be that. It comes in many different ways, and it comes from very beautiful, unexpected ways. And my crack came from that man. So I know that with that man, I was not done with him yet. because it brought him back to me again. So I knew that I wasn't done with him. So the second time that it was happening, I was allowing things to play out exactly how they needed to play out. I didn't become the doer. I allowed things to happen. I allowed things to evolve. The bakery thing, oh my God, it was always a disaster happening over there. The machines would go off, and Yannick would say, what the hell is going on? I'm like, if it's not working, it's not supposed to work. This is all a message. So I decided to take everything as a message. That the message was that I didn't belong in that building, and as soon enough, all of it was going to come into an end. So I was just waiting for the end, you know? I was waiting for the end. This time was different than the first time. I was disappointed that they lied, you know, because I did saw that man and I wanted to give him the opportunity to be different. And it turned out that that man was the same. They were all the same. Then there was a friend, someone we thought it was a friend of ours, that betrayed us too in there. So you see how many betrayals? Just like yours. People that you gave, you know, you surrendered your armor to, and you told them your most intimate information and vulnerability, and they used that against you to abuse you, betray you, and steal from you and hurt you. So when you're presented with that, your journey is to work on yourself, because or else you're going to live a life full of guilt and shame and judgment for yourself, and then hate and resentment toward that other person, which can lead into different illnesses in your body. So the best way is to surrender to it. And that's what I did through healing. And fun need to learn a lesson that it doesn't matter how much money you have. Your money is not God. Your money is not God. And instead of you using your money to do godly things, you're using it to force unnatural things, like causing people to create those damages towards other people because they're getting paid. You see? So it's always, I want to teach them a lesson. I want to teach them a lesson. I want to teach them that God does exist. That God does exist, and that it is in every single one of us. And that although the odds are in my side, I know that I'm protected. And I know that the fact that I did that, I know that it's a win for me. Because what I'm learning through this is amazing. And I didn't see them as powerful because all they have is money. You see what happened when I start seeing them a different way? Then I saw my power. Yeah. They use money for force, and I use my power. Standing up for myself and bringing that and letting God decide. That's how I handle it. And in there, I'm learning how to stand up for myself. I'm learning to see how powerful I am because I was once broken by the same people. So with the same people, I get my power back. And my hope is that they learn a lesson, that I learn that there's good people in this world, and that we don't have to use money to hurt people, that we can actually use it to bring God on earth. That's what we should be using money for, to bring God here on earth instead of using it to incarnate the devil here. And that's what's happening. In case you're wondering why there's so many wars and fight among each other, it's because of that. Money is being used the wrong way. So imagine me, I get to be one of the people that get to have one of these people turn their money to help in the name of God for something good. So that's the journey I took on now. So that's what I'm doing, in case you guys wondering. As I'm sitting here, I say I'm doing this myself. I am having God guide me. And let me tell you, it has guided me. in so many beautiful ways. I know if you're not a believer, you're gonna be like, this woman is great. But let me tell you, God does exist, and it comes in so many beautiful ways. So I need to bring this to the people, because if I'm going to show people how to really, believe and surrender to the Almighty God, then I need to experience it too. I cannot say I surrender to God when my life is so nice and pretty. Wait, I need to. What is it that God is asking me to do right now? I'm like, you know what? Why does this thing always happen to me? This man has something with me. He keeps following me. How come this thing keeps happening? So I knew it must have been something from another life. There was some unfinished business, and that business needs to be finished right here, right now. When did it get activated? It got activated the day I decided to heal. The day I decided to heal, it immediately sends that energetic force right back to him and says, the other party heal. What is your decision? Are you going to heal with the other party? Or are you going to deal with the karma that comes along with this? So that's how you activate the karma of the other person. The person doesn't have to die to receive karma on the other side. There's no karma on the other side, in case you're wondering. Over there is really nice. So I don't know why people say that there's karma on the other side. There is no karma. No, the karma is here. So when you start healing, right? Whoever is on the other side, that was the one that crack you open, those people that crack you open, right? That done you wrong. When you heal completely, because you cannot lie, it's an energy thing. So the minute I healed myself, where I literally, truly in my heart felt love for him, I cry so much, guys. Ooh, I'm thinking about it. My heart is so, whew, really high vibration. I felt love for him, and I saw him like a child. What was it like to be him as a child, for him to turn out to be the man that he is today, where he believes that money is more important than people and than God? You see? So then I felt him and I loved him, and I had compassion for him. So the minute you do that, that energetic thing, this thread breaks. Now the other person is presented with an option to go on the journey of healing, right? Or the karma gets presented in this life. So he won't go to the other side without paying the karma first, because I healed that aspect of me that bonded me to him. So that's how you do it. The minute you start cutting those chains, nobody can hold you. So everything that was done to you must be paid right here, because that's when you did it. The only reason that karma keeps passing on from life to life is because people don't work on them. The clue is you work on them, and the karma start turning into dharma, in case you know Hinduism. I mean, I'm speaking like this, but I don't know if you guys understand karma, right? Most people understand karma, right? Yeah. And then dharma, it's like the rewards, you know. So you can do that by working on yourself. So that's what I'm up to right now. And in my spare time, I like to heal people. So I spend a lot of time. Healing people, working with people. I also do some downloads. So whenever I feel like my energy, it's I call it, I want to play. So whenever I want to play, I'm like, oh, I have extra energy today. I can spare some more. So then I open myself up, and then I start receiving downloads. So those of you who are on my phone, you guys have received my text messages out of nowhere when I'm like, okay, girl, this is what's going on. They telling me to take a look at this, and not usually, all the time it's on point. So that's what I'm doing right now. Any question on that one? No? Oh, yeah. When you let go of this, I know. Every day I'm like, God, how long you gonna keep me on this? Because I'm learning my lesson. I'm checking, no, on myself. I check on myself every day. Despite of this, I check myself every day. I call it dusting. So I check myself every day to see if I am procrastinating in any way, if I'm scared of anything, and that's why things are slowing down. So I'm always checking myself. I'm always with myself. Like, I'm here, to the point that I do ask Yannick a lot, hey, am I still here? He's like, yes, you're still here. I'm like, okay, I'm just checking. I'm just checking. People see me, right? He's like, yeah, they do. No, because when you get to this stage, I really do spend a lot of time, you know, I call it in another space. Be- yeah, it's right in the middle. So when you are there, it's peace. There's so much peacefulness. Things are happening. You're dealing with it, but you're dealing with it from another state of consciousness. Like, it's completely to the point where I will ask, like, damn, if I tell people about how I'm handling this right now, they're probably gonna say I'm crazy because of the way I'm handling it. So my wish is for you to get there too, to be there, to really just go for it. Okay.